I'm gonna visit my first ever collab cafe. It's a DanDaDan cafe in Ikebukuro. I don't really know what I'm doing. So what else is new? But I have seen collab cafe videos on YouTube, so I have a rough idea what it's all about. And I have to admit that I haven't seen all of DanDaDan yet, but I do know that Momo is best girl, that Okarun is weird, and that Granny is awesome. Anyway, let's have a look at everything you can find at the DanDaDan collab cafe. I have to say that the cafe was a little bit underwhelming, not as whelming as I was expecting. The decor was a little bit boring and, well, it was nice what they had, but they didn't have all that much, did they? And the same for the merchandise, some acrylic stands and, well, key rings and whatnot, but yeah, nothing I wanted to buy, to be honest. But the drink was good. I had a blueberry lassi and it was really yummy. I don't really know what a lassi is, but I like blueberries, so good stuff. I went here at 10 AM and it was pretty close after breakfast, so I didn't really feel like eating any more food. But there's always room for dessert. I had a dessert that was just pretty okay. I loved the peach sorbet at the top, but then there was a lot of gelatin and fruit and cornflakes, I think. Now, at first it was really cool actually, some cornflakes, some crunchy stuff to break up the sweetness, but yeah, then it became soggy cornflakes at the bottom. Not the best idea. All in all, it was a pretty okay experience. Nothing special, but fun to do, and yeah, I mean, I got dessert, I can't complain. I have a couple of other collab cafes lined up, so I hope things will improve from here. But yeah, that was my first experience with a collab cafe in Tokyo. Cool stuff. Oh, and something to keep in mind, make sure that you brush up on your Japanese or that you know how to translate stuff in your phone, because there's no English menu. Or, you know, just order something based on the pictures. I mean, how bad can it possibly be? But let's move on to the next collab cafe. Time for a Zootopia collab cafe, this time in Shinjuku. This one seems to be a lot more popular than the DanDaDan collab cafe. Maybe it's the location, or maybe everyone just loves Zootopia. I didn't really know that collab cafes also were for things that's not anime or manga, but I stand corrected. Anyway, let's see if they have any good food and drinks as well. The theming on the merchandise was actually pretty good. I liked the place. I usually don't buy much merchandise, but I was tempted. Those plushies were so cute. Anyway, at the table I was happy that I got a Judy Hopps card. Yay! So cute. I keep saying cute, but yeah, there's a lot of cute things in Zootopia. As usual, there's no English menu at all, and I learned something new today. If I say wakaremashita, then there's actually a risk that they believe that I understand everything they're saying. So I had to look a bit sheepish and say sumimasen. Anyway, for the food I had a Judy-inspired pasta, with carrots of course, and it was actually really good. Well, parts of it at least. The Judy bread or whatever it was, that was a bit weird. And it also felt a bit weird to cut off her ear like that. But yeah, I'm vicious. I had a Nick-inspired yogurt smoothie to drink, and that one was also really good. All in all, I really liked my visit to the Zootopia collab cafe. I have high hopes for the upcoming ones as well. This is gonna be fun. Time for one more collab cafe, this time the Eorzea cafe in Osaka, one of 2 permanent Final Fantasy XIV cafes in Japan. I'm not a die-hard Final Fantasy XIV player, but I mean, who doesn't love Final Fantasy? This one has a seating charge of 700 yen, so yeah, just like the other 2 I've tested so far. There are some collab cafes that don't have a seating charge, but yeah, I think most of them do actually, so be prepared to cough up those yen. Anywho, let's see what we can find at this cafe. I'm expecting some pretty cool theming, to be honest. Since it's a permanent cafe, I assumed that the theming would be pretty good. And it was. I loved all the weapons and all the cool stuff they had on display, and the cactuar in particular. You got to select your favorite job class, and then you got a coaster with that image. And then you got a lot of extra coasters for every food item or drink item that you bought. But yeah, those weren't as impressive. But I guess that's to be expected when it's all random. The menu was really extensive. There were so many food items and so many different types of drinks. And yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, it's a permanent cafe, so they can have more than if it's just a pop-up collab. One problem was that the menu was all images and no text, so it wasn't exactly easy to translate. But they have pictures at least, so I took a cool black mage drink and meat. Meat is good, you can't go wrong with that. Or well, you can go wrong, but it wasn't bad at all. They could have used a little bit more seasoning for the meat, but perfectly fine. The drink was just decent though, so yeah, nothing to write home about. All in all, it was a really nice visit, and I ended up talking about Final Fantasy with an old Japanese geek sitting next to me. It was not his first visit to this cafe. It was a little bit expensive though. I ended up paying 3,300 yen for meat, a drink, and a seating charge. But yeah, I think the theming makes up for it. I have one more collab cafe lined up, but that one's gonna be in Tokyo. So yeah, stay tuned. Here's another Eorzea cafe, just like in Osaka, but you also have a Dragon Quest bar, a Monster Hunter bar, and a Grand Cypher kitchen. I'm not sure about that last one, but I'm gonna see if I can find a spot at the Dragon Quest bar or the Monster Hunter bar. I haven't reserved anything, so here goes. They didn't have any spots, but that's okay. I have a reservation for the Monster Hunter Wilds Collab Cafe in Ikebukuro tomorrow. I'll simply have to get my Monster Hunter fix then. Time for my final collab cafe to check out. It's the Monster Hunter Wilds collab at the Capcom Cafe in Ikebukuro. I actually have pretty high hopes for this one. I think that the theming is going to be pretty good. I mean, look at the palico at the entrance. Or at least I hope that it's going to be good. I haven't had breakfast yet, so this is also my brunch. So maybe I'm gonna have 2 dishes today. Well, I guess we'll see what the menu says. Anywho, let's give it a shot. Let's see what they've got at the cafe. They have a lot of different merchandise at the Collab Cafe, and since it's Capcom, it's not just Monster Hunter Wilds here. There's also a little bit of Rockman and Street Fighter and assorted things. I'm actually thinking of buying 1 or 2 things from this one, mostly because this is my final destination before I'm going home, so I should buy some souvenirs, shouldn't I? Entering the cafe showed that the theming was actually pretty boring. There wasn't all that much to look at inside. And the menu wasn't super extensive either. A couple of different kinds of food and, well, a lot of drinks actually. As usual, no English menu, so it's good that the phones can auto-translate these days. I went for a really nice looking base camp steak, and I had a chain blade Oreo shake to go with that. The shake was perfectly fine, but a little bit watery, or thin at least I should say. It had a big scoop of ice cream in the middle, so it wasn't really blended. Anyway, a shake is almost always good. The base camp steak looked amazing, but the taste was actually a bit bland, to be honest. I loved the presentation and how it looked like a packaged ration and, well, a base camp as well. Still, I'm full and satisfied, so yeah, I can't complain, but it wasn't the best meal I've had in Japan exactly. So all in all, not the best collab cafe, but I'm happy that I went there. Now I want to go home and play Monster Hunter Wilds. So yeah, I think that this is the end of this video about collab cafes in Japan. Well, in Tokyo and Osaka at least. I hope you enjoyed it. Now like and subscribe, but most importantly, remember to stay geeky out there.